What's going on, good people? Thank you for tuning in to the Angels Online, Voice of the Unheard, brought to you by me, Angel. You can check it out each and every Wednesday. Like, subscribe, follow, whatever social media platform you utilize. If you would like to donate, you can go to anchor.fm/the Angels Online. If you would like to become a monthly sponsor, you can go to patreon.com/the Angels Online and become a monthly sponsor. But remember, whatever you choose to do, understand and know that you are appreciated. Now, let's get it. Good people. You got to get a people what they want. Woo! Good people. You got to get a people what they want. Woo! People! Woo! Chris!
Yes, I'm here.
Good people, we got Chris from Chicago in the building. He's calling in from Chicago. What part of Chicago you in, Chris?
I'm in Lincoln Park right now, North Side.
Okay. How the weather in Chicago, man? How the weather in Chicago? Because I'm in St. Louis, and we got snow drying up. Streets got ice. Don't want to go on no black ice. What is it looking like there? What you talking about?
It's pretty snowy. We got about 12 inches of snow,
Woo!
but the streets are clear thanks to Chicago Streets and Sanitation. They're clear, and the ice, the roads are clear. They haven't gotten to the side streets too much, but it's nice.
How's Chicago? When it comes to getting that taken care of, they pretty fast on that.
Oh yeah, they're really good with clearing the streets
Okay.
of snow. I don't
Okay.
know if about anything else, but snow. And
I mean, at least they gonna get the snow up so people can get back to work. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got
Right.
to get paid out here because everybody don't work remote now. All right, Chris.
Exactly, because they lose so much money when no one can get to work.
Chicago's a busy city, huh?
Yeah, they lose hundreds of millions of dollars if the city shuts down.
Oh, geez. So, this is the question that everybody asks people from Chicago. Are you a Sox fan? What are you a fan of?
I'm a Chicago fan, so
Oh,
I
you
like
just
when
like all your teams. You just Chicago all day. Pure Chicago.
Chicago win to Chicago win, and we blow like Chicago win.
Come on, you know what to say. Come on. Where you from, Chris?
I am from the Southside of Chicago, Auburn Gresham area, 79th Street. That's where I was born and raised. So then did a little bit in the south suburb, and now I moved to the north side.
What's the difference?
But Chicago is a very segregated city.
Okay.
So black people live on the south side and the west side, and the white people live on the north side.
And where's everybody else?
And downtown. The north side is downtown, and everybody else, I don't think it's too many more people here.
In Chicago, we're about the Asians, the African community, all of that, the Hispanics.
Oh, those are little small like villages. We have a Pilsen area, which is like a south, like a southwest community. That's where it's actually one of the biggest Hispanic communities in the country. That's Pilsen. And then we have Chinatown for the Asians, and we have some Africans up north, like Ethiopian and a few Middle Easterns. So, yeah. But it's not. Those are majority of the people in the city are black and white. I think we at like 50% black, 40% white, and the rest is mixed in 10%. Don't quote me on that, but that's how I see it.
Look, I'm not quoting anything here, okay? I'm from St. Louis. Okay? Everybody just everywhere. I just love everybody.
Yeah, I love them all too.
I
But
know
it's
it.
like I don't know why we're so segregated. It's just been that way. It's ingrained in the makeup of Chicago. It's like people stick to their own communities, and we don't have many diverse communities at all.
Okay.
Like, at all. I mean, we have a little bit in Hyde Park. That's where Obama is from. It's a
Uncle
little
Obama.
bit of, yeah, it's a little bit of melting pot around there. The University of Chicago.
Okay.
That's one of the top schools in the country. They have a little mix of people over that area, but still majority black.
Okay. Okay. And you're from the Southside of Chicago, 79th.
79th Southside, yes. Born and raised.
You say it with pride.
Yeah, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. Hey, I ain't got no choice.
Okay, you grew up with your family over there, your parents?
Yep, I grew up with my family, two-parent household, my mom and my dad.
Okay.
Which was a luxury, for me. I realized that when I was growing up, the majority of them was single-parent households, and I was blessed enough to have two parents all the way up to the age of 13. Then my mom died, and that's when it kind of changed. But I grew up with two parents. I mean, we had our struggles.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom and my dad, they stuck together. So, and that was the beauty. To death did them part,
I know that's right. You have any siblings?
Yes, I have 3 sisters and 1 brother.
Okay, so
biologically, but we got a whole lot of siblings. Like,
I know that's right. Okay.
we got family, friends, god brothers and sisters, a host of those. So it's almost more of them than biological.
Okay, but you grew up with 3 sisters and a brother. Are you like the middle child? Are you the oldest child?
I am the youngest child. Yep, I am the youngest.
The baby of 5.
Yes. So we like the boys are like the bookend. So I'm the youngest and my brother is the oldest, and the 3 girls in between.
Okay. And how was it growing up? How was the household? You guys get along? You guys have fun? I know you're the youngest, so I'm pretty sure you want. I don't know. Were you hanging out with the oldest?
We all got along. We all had friends. The household, like I said, the host of god brothers and sisters, it was more like a community house. Like if you imagine like a community center, that was like our house. So anyone like in the neighborhood was able to come eat with us, at the table with us, sleep with us. We used to fight over pillows.
I know.
Like, once you go to sleep, that was a luxury. You had the pillow to go to sleep, but when you woke up, that pillow was gone. They did the same thing with the fans and everything.
I still sleep with a fan to this day.
Right. The fan was like, okay, you went to sleep now? Okay, you good in sleep. We about to take all this, So that was pretty much the way we grew up in the hood, I guess, to say the least. It was a struggle, but we loved it. I never felt like I was without anything. I mean, yeah, you woke up sweating because somebody stole your fan, but hey, you could go steal it back because they was probably asleep by then. Take your pillow too.
That's good. So the community, basically, like, everybody was a tight-knit family that you grew up around. You grew up around being a family with everybody in the neighborhood, with your family.
Yeah, I grew up like an old school. I guess it was the last of the old school. It was the 90s. And we still borrowed herbs and sugar from neighbors, when Mama was cooking. And we used to have to go to the store with a note, and we was able to get some type of credit at the store, back then. It was, and everybody ate, whoever was there at the time when the food was served. It don't matter if you family or not. You in the house, you gonna eat.
That's great. That is awesome.
Because it was a tight community, so I feel like that's unity and stuff like that is very important and powerful when it comes to upbringing and community.
Takes a village, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. You went to school and your education was within that community?
Yes, I went to school about 3 blocks away, Clara Barton
Mm-hmm.
Elementary School. I went there from K through 8th grade.
Okay.
Um, it was it was nice. You know, it's a good school. And I, like sixth through eighth grade, I got straight A's. I won a science fair, the spelling bee,
Mm-hmm.
everything, and it was. And then I had some really good teachers there at that school that encouraged me that I could do everything that I set my mind out to do. You know, and it was a public school, but it it ingrained a sense of excellence and responsibility in me that I still have to this day.
Good.
You know,
Where'd you attend high school?
so I attended high school in the south suburbs.
Okay.
So I went there. So I told you about 13 years old, right before my eighth grade graduation. My mom passed away due to asthma. She
Okay.
had an asthma attack, passed away, and I then moved. My grandma asked me to move with her because this was actually the second daughter that she lost. Um, the first one was the youngest. She was actually killed.
Okay.
She was murdered
Your aunt
in
was murdered?
1989. Yeah. So
Okay.
that was who I'm named after. So Chris, it was my auntie Chris.
Okay.
So she died about 6 months before I was born. She was murdered,
Okay.
and this was my grandma's second child that she was had lost due to death. You know, and she was like, you know, you want to come out here with me? And I said, of course, Granny. You know, I'll come out here. So I moved to the suburbs, and I went to school in Olympia Fields, and it was called Rich Central, which was a cultural shock for me because it was more. I'm from the hood, and then I went to a school where it was like, you know, totally different makeup, and now I'm out here with the upper or middle class, you know, people and kids, and I had to adjust, you know, and we had carpet on the floors, and we had like Saved by the Bell type of feel, and I'm like, okay,
Saved by the
but I.
Bell. Zach Morris.
That's how it was out there in the suburbs, and I enjoyed it. It was still a majority African American, um, but they were like, you know, more upper class, middle class, upper middle class, should I say?
Okay. Okay. So you enjoyed it. How was your high school time? Everything was good in high school? You got along with people? Play sports?
Um, High school. What was high school? I was still getting good grades. I had a host of friends, and I didn't play any sports. I didn't go. I didn't do anything extracurriculum. I
Just went
I
to school?
struggled with I struggled with suicidal depression in high school,
Okay.
but I still maintained my good grades, and it was cool. You know, it was we had our people. I was fly, whatever. And I was with the cool kids or whatever, I guess. But no one could tell. You know, no one knew the struggle. You know, because it
Uh-huh.
was like something that I battled with internally. You know, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
really tell many people at all, and it was. I made it out. You know, I graduated with like 3.5 GPA,
Good.
and I went on to college.
What before we go past college, how did you get over the suicidal depression? You know, I mean, I know a lot of kids internally go through a lot of things and nobody will know because it's like a mask and they go to school, laugh, and have these friends. Exactly what you said. You know, there's a lot of people out here right now going through those things. So, could you kind of elaborate? How did you get over that?
Well, I prayed. Like, I didn't get out of it, get
Can
over
you
it in high
can you
school.
come up a little bit? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit better.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure. Okay. So now I didn't get over it in high school. It started my sophomore year in high school, and I was able to get over it by my sophomore year in college.
Okay.
So I just would pray and call my father, and he would pray with me, and I would let him know like the thoughts and the feelings that was overwhelming me, and I would sleep a lot, but that didn't really help me get over it. But what helped me get over it was like God answering my prayers and just having that connection with God, like with no shadow of a doubt that He is real. And then I was able to get out of the depression.
Okay. Okay.
Because it was like, it would come like week by week. Like it would be, okay, I'm cool. Like it was to the point where I could tell when it's coming on. Like I would be really happy or laughing a little bit longer than usual some days. And I'm like, oh man, I'm laughing a little bit too hard at this. I'm about to get depressed because it would take me up before it brought me down like really low, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to have like reoccurring dreams of like the suicide was more so like when I knew things were coming up. Like my aunt, she battled and she made it through breast cancer, and she was a survivor. And when I was in high school, my senior year of high school, she planned a trip to go to the Bahamas. So I had this reoccurring dream that I was in the Bahamas and I made it to like this cliff, and I just jumped off the cliff, And I'm like, why do I keep having this dream, And eventually I went to the Bahamas. I didn't jump off a cliff, and praise God for that. And I, I made it. I just hung on to it. I just stayed strong, through it all, and just wouldn't give up, and hoping the hope for something better and the relief and knowing that I could make it out. That's what helped me get over it, knowing that there's a way out. Like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and no matter how dim the light gets, I just stay focused on that, and that's what brought me out of it.
Awesome. I'm glad. Thank you for sharing that. I'm pretty sure some listeners it really, probably needed to hear that. Especially, the length of time that you dealt with that. So go ahead. Tell me about college. You said you went off to college. You got over that sophomore year, but how was that experience?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I went to college, so I was able, because I had good grades, I was able to get a ACT academic scholarship.
Okay.
To a school called Robert Morris University, which is now part of Roosevelt University. They merged together in Chicago. It's downtown Chicago. I went and I did pretty good. Like one of my cousins from St. Louis, they came up and we were roommates, and he did good and I did good. But the struggle for me was paying for school. Like even though I had a scholarship, I had financial aid, I had student loans, as much as I could take out, I still had a $6,000 over like $6,000 something balance at the end of the year.
Uh-huh.
And my dad, they used to have this thing, I don't know if they still have it, called Parent Plus loans.
Right.
And my dad couldn't get approved for the Parent Plus loan, so I was pretty much forced out of school because for non-payment.
Okay.
I got kicked out of college, and that just added to the depression, but I turned around and I took the little refund check that they gave me from the semester that I couldn't afford, and I started my business, Christopher J. Ellington Incorporated.
Mm-hmm.
Walked down the street because I was downtown anyway. And I didn't really even know what I was doing, but I'm like, look, I went to school for business administration, and I'm like, I'm going to start a business, And I went and I registered my business with the state of Illinois, and I started my entrepreneurship, and took off from there.
Okay. So you started that, you got out of college. Parent Plus loan, I remember that. Let me just tell you, you're not by yourself. My mom actually did that for me, and, paid it back or whatnot. So I was blessed to have that for education. So, it still exists, I believe. So when you got done with school, we gonna say, you decided to move on. That's what we gonna say.
Yeah.
Because you
Decided
said
to
it's something out there
keep
for
it
me, and you
moving.
just took a leap of faith and said, I'm finna go start this business. I'm gonna take this money y'all done gave me, and I'm about to go make some shape.
Right, exactly. I got to work with what I'm given, work with the scraps that I was given. You know.
You got to use what's the saying? Use what you got to get what you want.
Yeah, that's what Tupac. I got that from him. He said my mama used to work with the scraps. I think he was given.
Yeah,
My
dear
mama
mama.
made miracles, everything given.
There it is. So
Yeah.
glad the positive outlook on it. So glad. Okay, so you started your business. So you said entrepreneurship. So right now we can say you are an entrepreneur then.
Yes.
Awesome. What all do you do?
So I took like that was one of the key things too. So I took my pain, from my dad not being, financially fit to get approved for the Parent Plus loan, and he struggled, with the loss of his wife and things like that. I I turned it into purpose. So I started teaching financial literacy. Well, I didn't start that early teaching, but um, I just started to build um, what I do now. So I started out with a photography company actually, so I can't forget that. So I started out doing photography, and I built other businesses. I had a cell phone store. Um, then I went to car dealership, and I just kept adding, but everything kind of tied back to the financial piece.
Uh-huh.
So I just took that pain, that suffering from not being able to afford, college, and I started, building up my finances and building other people's businesses, and eventually I went on to teach financial literacy, which is 5 areas: budgeting, taxes, investment, credit, and funding. So all of those, I have specialty in all those areas as far as personal finance go, and I help other people build businesses as well, doing business consulting, and that's what I do to this day, and that's my purpose, and that's what I love.
That's what I'm talking about. After you had started all your businesses and everything, what are some of the things that you do around Chicago? Like, do you enjoy meeting people? What are some of your things that you enjoy doing, utilizing those tools that you have, and your resources, you meeting people. Talk to me about that.
Okay, yeah. So I work with a lot of different organizations, and some of my friends call me the networking king. And they're like, "Oh, you the networking king." They would see me, and I would meet people and just be a walking billboard for myself. Like, "Hey, what do you do? Okay,
Good.
how can we connect, cross market?" With a lot of different people, and that afforded me a lot of different opportunities. And a lot of my business ventures that I mentioned were due to me networking and working with other people and just being of service. I call myself a servant leader and seeing how I can help. Because the money, like I tell a lot of people, the money is gonna come. When you living and working in your purpose,
Come
and
on.
you're doing what you love, the money is gonna come.
Right.
And God says your gift will make room for you. So I use my talents and my gift, and it made a lot of room for me in Chicago and throughout the country due to my level of service that I provided. Regardless if I knew how to do something or not, just getting it done was the most important. It's always the most important thing, the delivery. So, hey, you do this. A lot of the businesses and areas, people ask me like, "Oh, you do taxes, so could you, teach a budgeting class?" Oh, yeah, I can do that. So I might not have my curriculum built out, but next thing you know, here it goes. I have curriculum, PowerPoints, and everything, and ready to go. Because I saw a person in need, and I was able to execute on that.
Awesome. Do you have any children?
No, I don't have any biological children. The closest thing I have is my niece and nephews.
Okay.
Well, one of my nephews, he grew up in the house with me during the time when I was left school, was kicked out of school for non-payment.
Right.
He was growing up, so he was in the house with me, and I raised him along with my sister.
Uh-huh.
And I taught him how to get straight A's and how to how to break down the grading. What do you call it? The grading scale,
The rating scale, yeah.
whatever. Yeah, the grading scale. And I'm like, look, this is how the points add up. I just gave him the sauce pretty much. I'm like, look, this is how many points you get, and this is what you got, and this is how to average out your grades. And he learned how to do that at second, third grade. He was, oh, okay, these are my points. He knew what he needs to do to get an A, and he figured it out. And he's still doing well. That's Antonio Jones.
Oh, how old is he?
He's now 17. Yep, he's 17.
Good.
He's a junior at Simeon High School, Simeon College or Career Prep.
That's
in
where
Chicago,
is that where Derrick Rose went, right?
Yep, Derrick Rose.
Yep. Okay. Pretty good school.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's an urban. It's over there by 79th Street. But it's always been one of the better urban schools.
Okay.
They always had a good basketball team, and the basketball team kind of afforded them to do better with their academic programs. And they do career, so they have a lot of, like, he's right now working in a barber college.
Okay.
Something like that. It's a barber. So he'll be a licensed barber when he graduates from high school.
Already getting a license certification.
Yes.
That's good. So you really, education is important to you, whether you go to school or whether you learn and get some certificates, certifications, pick up a trade.
Yes, education is key. Educated mind is something that, to reckon with. You have to know your stuff, and it affords you a lot. Just being knowledgeable. Knowledge is power,
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what level or degree or STEM expertise, specialist. You can be a subject matter expert on whatever, as long as you know your stuff, and I like that, because everyone is not afforded, like, can't afford to go to college, like,
right.
The struggle that I went through, but I was still able to educate myself, whether it's through business experience or actually the traditional education method or certifications, trades, all of that is very important, and you want to know what you want to do. So that's really the key, because everybody can go and copy somebody, right?
Right.
But the key to unlocking your success, what I would say, is finding your purpose and loving it. If you love what you do, then no one can stop you from doing it.
Good. Hey, if it's your passion, like you said, the money will come. But if it's your passion that makes you happy, that's what's going to keep you moving and motivated.
Yes.
Good,
Absolutely.
Good. What's some of your favorite things to do, Chris?
My favorite things to do.
Yeah, give me the top 3 things that you love to do.
Nerd. I like to do everything that I told you I get paid to do. I like to budget. I like to help people build their businesses. I'm business consultant. I love to do that. I love to, like, dissect the budget. I like forensic accounting. I'm a big nerd. I like spreadsheets. I like charts, tables.
I don't. Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't.
And when I like jamming out, dancing, listen to music.
Uh-huh.
One of my fun things that everybody can enjoy together. I love to dance. I love to, I was in a group, and we was having this group activity at my school, because I'm in school now, and they asked me, what is one of your most proud accomplishments that no one would know about, like, that no one would know about, and it was winning dance contest at the family reunion in 2004. I was like, I guess no one would really know about that, but that was an accomplishment, you
Was that
know.
in Chicago?
No, that was in St. Louis.
Okay, okay.
That's what made me even more proud because I'm like, I I was able to go to St. Louis and beat them in their own dances. I'm like, hey.
Make sure you talking into the phone for me, Chris.
Okay.
Right there. Perfect.
Okay. Right here. Okay.
Perfect. So you got a lot of family in St. Louis?
Oh yeah, I got a big family in St. Louis. I got a huge family, like, and that's another thing I was talking to my cousin about yesterday.
Okay.
Like, having a family is one of the very important when it comes to networking and just a sense of belonging and responsibility. Is key. Like, I have over 3,000 relatives on my granddad's side, thousands of relatives on my grandma's side. I know we traced our roots all the way back to Cameroon, Africa, through slavery. So I got family in Cameroon. We got land in Cameroon.
Okay.
I found out that I was part of the same tribe as Erica Badu, the
Okay.
Bamileke tribe in Cameroon, Africa. All that's through discovery and just my cousin Nika Smith. She's a genealogist, and she teaches how to trace roots and things through slavery, and she teaches a lot of lectures at I don't know if you ever heard of Amherst College.
I have no, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, it's Amherst College, and I think it's in Tennessee.
Okay.
And she she did a lecture there, and that's what she do. She do the History Channel, WTTW, and I started because of the family trees, and I like charts. So the family tree it's similar to a chart. It comes in a chart formation, and I studied, and I was able to help edit the book of our family. We have an Atlas family, so atlasfamily.org is our family website, and you can see if you connected with us and search your name. Maybe you might be some of my kin, but I was able to edit the 5th volume, I believe, to the book, and my name is on the book as the editor. So I was able to. That was one of my accomplishments, one of my proud moments too. Going through hundreds and thousands of different relatives and knowing people, kids, and how they connected. With this big, huge family tree, because we all related in some way. We just got to find out how. We all related.
Okay, so I got a question. One of my favorite things to do is travel. You name all this stuff that you do and all the people and everything. Tell me, do you travel?
Oh, yes. I love to travel. I've been out the country.
Get closer to the phone for me, Chris.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me drink some of this tea. Hold on. Okay, so one of my favorite places, a lot of people may not know, but it's Kampala, Uganda.
Okay.
And that's in East Africa. I just love Kampala. I was there and I fell in love. I went in 2018, and I had went to Dubai maybe a couple of weeks before then. And Dubai is fancy, big city. They have the Burj Khalifa, which is, I love architecture, because being from Chicago, we have one of the best skylines in the world. And I went to Kampala, though it wasn't a skyline. It was just a beautiful community and a sense of belonging, a thriving city that I felt at home there, So that's one of my favorite places. I went to Belize. What was that, 2020? It was nice. I taught a financial literacy workshop to the business owners in Belize. So some people who own resorts and different things like that. And surprisingly enough, in those developing countries, because it's not necessarily a third world country, Belize is a developing country. They don't have, they're not privy to all the knowledge that we have here and the education that we have here in America. So these are people with, established resorts and they hadn't, they don't really know about budgeting. I'm teaching them how to budget and how to market, their business and different things, and teaching them what an ROI is and customer acquisition costs and all of these different things. And it it afforded me a lot, just having those experiences, those travel.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get on one of those twin engine planes, because we had to take from the village. We was in the village, Hodgkins Village, but is the airport is in Belize City.
Mm-hmm.
So I flew in to Belize City, and then I rode through the mountains on my way. But on my way back, I had to leave by myself because I had some partners with me on the trip. And I took a twin engine plane over the little water, the sand dunes. Oh no, what's it called? The wetlands. Yeah, the wetlands. And just having that experience and that different, those different travel experiences, even in the States, like places like the Grand Canyon. It's a beautiful place. I went there in 2020 as well, and it just was amazing. It's like how, like, I would recommend everyone go. If you're ever in Las Vegas or close by the Grand Canyon, go see the canyon, because it stimulates your mind to another level, and it shows you like how creation and how beautiful the world is, and it encourages you to travel and go see more of it. So I'm still a big travel person. This pandemic and things like that has definitely put a halt in some of my travel engagements, but
Right. More.
uh, I'm glad COVID numbers are going down. Okay, keep going down. And, and I'll be back out, It ain't stopped me anyway. It ain't completely stopped me, but I'm like a little bit, it's more restrictions, more red tape when it comes to travel, when you can just hop on when I was used to just hopping on a plane, because in Chicago we have an big international airport, one of the second busiest in the world, I believe, or yeah, second busiest airport in the world or country, one of the two. And
which one
you
is
just
that?
go to O'Hare Airport.
Oh yeah, okay.
You go to O'Hare and you just hop on an international flight, go to that international Terminal 5, and you out of here. You out all the way out the country, So that's one of the things I love about the city too, because I just go to direct flights to Dubai. You go direct flight to France. You can go to Tokyo, all these different places, Australia, so many different beautiful places to, Chicago is a big major hub, and you can get to a lot of places from here.
Okay. Now you make me.
Even
I gotta go look at some.
I talk about plane travel, but road trips are good too. I'm one for a good road trip.
Okay.
Okay. When I went to the Grand Canyon, I actually drove from Chicago to St. Louis to Colorado to the Grand Canyon to Las Vegas to San Francisco, back down to LA.
That's too much. I gotta fly. I gotta fly.
It was beautiful. You gotta enjoy the moments. You hop in a Jeep and just going through the national forest, and
Listen, that's too long. It's too many hours. I'm not gonna make it. It's too many hours. Listen, you're not about to give me an anxiety attack. I would lose my marbles. Listen,
you gotta enjoy that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to break it down. We gotta stop and stay. We gotta do it all. So, because I'll sleep a whole road trip. I will, just so I don't have to deal with. I get motion sickness really bad. So
Ooh, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, you don't want to do too many, because motion doesn't that apply for like long flights? Like Dubai is like 14 hours. So
yeah, you have to find a way to how to make it. I haven't been to Dubai yet. That's on my list, as well as Greece and the Maldives. I've got to go there, but so yeah. Chris. So I know we have you here. So we're gonna go to your worst experience in Chicago, and go ahead and tell us what you have going on right now.
Okay. My worst experience. Okay. Well, in March 8th of 2021, because I think that's what you're talking about,
Yes.
and it had to be, it was very devastating. I was shot. I was shot twice in the head and once in my knee, and I was outside my office getting off work, and a car rolled past and shot into my vehicle 7 times, and it left me blind. So right now I'm blind due to the nature of the head injury.
Uh-huh.
And it hasn't been a year yet, and I've been um, forging my way through, the all of the ramifications, I guess, of being, you know, in such of a traumatic experience. But I'm making it, and some of the lessons that I learned, throughout that experience is science don't have it all, because you grow up thinking like, oh, okay, the science and people that can do anything, they can clone people. Like I grew up thinking that people can be cloned. Like if you could build a whole person, you can do anything. You can beat cancer, you can beat all these different diseases, but that's not always the case. And then you also grow up thinking that the police is like can find out anybody and do everything to protect you, and that wasn't the case for me as well. And it's and then the community is like, oh, okay, you think, okay, this happened to me, and the support, you would think that you would have like support from your community, but that's not the case either. So it's that was devastating, and it's something that I'm living with every day right now, and I'm making it through it. Once again, I'm just one to just keep going, and because I feel like the worst thing, like you said, the worst thing that ever happened to me hasn't happened to me, which is giving up or feeling like, okay, something is halting my life or halting my progress, and that that experience was one of those things that make you think about it,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't do it, because I can't allow my condition to be my conclusion,
There it is.
regardless
Come
of
on.
what happened to me.
Come
You know,
on.
so I'm still doing what I love. I'm still. It did make me think like, okay, you doing all these things that you love in this community, and then now you took this community that my motto has always been, okay, well, I teach financial literacy. This is my ministry in a way. And I always saw that there was a strong tie between violence and poverty.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, hey, well, if I could save people, some money and help them out of poverty, I could save some lives along the way. And having that concept and working and then being hit like I was hit was devastating, and it made me reevaluate some things. Like, hey, am I doing the right thing? So I had to um, I had to revitalize my dreams and my purpose, and like, look, this is what my calling is. Do I do something else, or do I continue to do what I've been doing in a different capacity? And that's what I chose. I chose to continue to do, and not shrinking my capacity, but broaden my horizons and my capacity and my services through this experience.
Wow. Um, man. And they don't know who did it, right? You just
No, they don't know. They don't know. They're not trying to find out either. I'm laughing because I think about it every day, but I know most people wouldn't, because it's such a, such a heart wrenching thing. But The police, the Chicago police, they literally told me like, hey, and my lawyers, they all told me like, if unfortunately this is one of those situations that if you would have died, we would have done more to find out who did it. So I'm like, damn, I have to die for people to do their job. I'm like,
Mm.
oh, it's a hard pill to swallow, stuff like that. And it's like, damn, that's the system for you. And it's sad, but it's true.
What struggles do you often face as a visually impaired individual?
Oh, the struggle, the struggles is real. The struggles is real.
The struggles is real.
Yeah, so it's like every day it's a struggle. Like it's like slight struggles, big struggles. It's like struggles on so many levels. Like I'm sipping tea right now, right? I can't see this dang on tea. I'm like, I have to feel for it. So it's a struggle just to find the tea, feel where it's at, and then after that, be careful not to spill it, and then sip it.
Are you? And you're talking to us.
So,
Where's the
and
phone?
I just sipped it. I just did it. So overcame that struggle. So it's always a struggle. The end is never the end. So being visually impaired is kind of like it's a trust factor. Like knowing who to trust, especially going through losing. Well, I don't even want to say losing because that's not even the right word. My sight was taken from me. It wasn't even lost. Like
what was taken from you? Your sight?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was taken. I was shot. Basically shot in my head, and my eyes were taken from me due to the bullets that were shot in my head. So the struggle is just that. Dealing with overcoming the traumatic incident and trusting people without being able to see them. You can't see people's facial expressions, and you don't really know. Like I'm one that always use my eyes. Like I could tell, like people lie. Like I could see the lie in your eye. Type of thing.
Yeah.
But it's like I can't really see your eyes right now, so I just got to go off the feeling, and that's a struggle. That's a struggle. I struggle every day to get into cabs and go places. I have, a lot of help and support, from people, and they help and assist. But just the dependency is big for me. I'm used to being so self-sufficient and independent, in a way, in those type of ways, and that's a struggle. That's one of the things that I miss the most is my independence.
Man, but you surviving.
Yeah, I'm thriving.
There it is.
More than surviving.
I love that energy. I know that he's thriving. Come on, you know what to say. You got to give the people what they want.
Yeah, I'm thriving through it all. I'm like, look,
man.
And one of the most important things that I learned throughout this experience is I'm not here for me. I never really felt like I was, but this is 100%. Like I like views. I like to see the world, and now being blind, I can't see those things. I just have to go off the feeling and just take it all in a different way. And I'm like, okay, even with learning, I said I'm in school right now. I'm a visual learner, okay, and now I can't see. So it's like, dang, I'm crippled in that way,
right.
So I have to, I'm struggling, should I say, not crippled, but it's like, it's a struggle to learn and different, use my other, what do you call them? You're a teacher, you know what it is.
Oh, you mean your other senses?
Yeah, I know my senses, but it's the other. If you're a visual learner, you can be my other learning capabilities, should I say, whatever they call, and learn in a different way. Like
I'm hands-on. You got to learn hands-on.
Yeah, I've been a hands-on visual learner. You got the auditory learners, right? Learn from hearing.
Right.
So I had to strengthen. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm strengthening my auditory learning capabilities and learning by hearing and retaining knowledge that way. So it's real. It's the struggles is real, but it ain't nothing that I can't get over. There ain't nothing that I'm not uh you know
Capable of taking on.
yeah. Yep, I'm taking it and I'm moving on. Hey, here it
Mm-hmm.
goes. And I'm moving forward, through it all. And I'm thriving. I'm doing more than surviving because I survived the shots. Now I got to thrive. I got to
Right,
live.
right.
You tell me all the time, you better
Hey
live,
man,
right?
come on, come on. Did
Yeah.
your survival give you any hopes about life?
Hopes about life. Okay, hopes. What is my hopes about life? Oh yeah, so it did. It gave me a big hope. So the hope that I will say right now, one of my biggest things is to end violence. And
Mm.
I God, put a responsibility on me to, just start more campaigns to end violence because I feel that violence is like an infectious disease,
Mm-hmm.
but it's one that has a cure, and the cure is in every last one of us. We
Mm.
just choose not to be violent. So
Wow.
that's my greatest hope right now is I hope that everyone finds that cure and don't result to violence, every time because everybody can hit and smack and and shoot and everyone can do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's your when you choose not to, that's when your real strength comes in. When you choose to say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna walk away. I'm not gonna fight with you. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna result to violence. I'm gonna do a different. I'm gonna take another route, and that's curing this infectious disease of violence.
And you know what? I had a seventh grader write to me and tell me that which exactly what you said, and that's why the Angels Online, Voice of the Unheard, because who knew that this 12, 13-year old, was thinking that. She said the same thing. I think it was he or she. I don't know. There was no name on it, but it said the cure is the community.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
us as a people,
absolutely.
which is why I want to normalize conversations with kids because they're saying the same thing we can. They may not be able to articulate like we can, you know, but there's a lot, that is actually within them. So, I appreciate
It's a
you
whole
for
lot.
saying that actually.
Yeah, and I'm a strong believer in that too. It says, in the Bible, it says that you will be led by a child. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so we all will be led by these children. That we looking at to teach and learn for them to learn from us. But it's so much that we can learn from them. But we just can't be ignorant. We have to be open, and that's why this podcast is golden in a way because it's unlocking and it's making those voices and that teaching from the youth accessible to a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate the Angels Online for that.
And I appreciate you, just being on here and giving your story and the information that you have, what I mean, and the knowledge that you have. And it's unfortunate, what occurred. And a lot of times they wonder, what, kids wonder, well, what's people going on, what's going on around the world. People are going through so much, and a lot of them are going through a lot of the same things. They don't even really know it. Like you said, you were internalizing your issues, so us utilizing, we want to utilize our voices in a positive manner to give this information that's necessary and out there, and so you continue to stay strong. I want to ask you, what do you, because you answered the question about gun violence, you want to do more about it. It's unfortunate, and we need a community. It's really everybody need to take their own stand. um
Yeah, the gun violence is not the problem. I don't
right.
feel it's the
Okay.
violence. Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Uh-huh.
And it's like you could kill a person or harm a person with a knife, a gun, a fist.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people I feel like get that misconstrued. Oh, we need to stop these guns, but when you look at the numbers, because like I said, I'm a big numbers person, right? I'm a accountant. So the states with the strictest gun laws are the states with the most gun violence.
Mm.
Yeah, open carry states, people are not being killed like that. People are not being, as much as Illinois. In Illinois, I think we're the most, you know, um, restricted gun state in the United States, and we have the most gun violence in Chicago.
Mm. Whoo,
So
because
it's
they be
not the
shooting.
guns. It's not the guns. It's the violence. So
Mm-hmm.
let's keep that. Let's take from that. Think about it, because you don't have to use a gun to kill people. You never heard a story about, hey, this gun went off and just started killing people and no one was around. No,
Mm-hmm.
you hear about people going off and killing people, not guns.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Let's be positive real quick. No, I want to know because Chicago got a lot of food, Chris.
Oh
And
yeah,
do you like to eat?
oh yeah. So I'm a big foodie. Okay,
Tell me something
that's
about
all.
that real quick before we wrap it up. Give the people what they want. Everybody want to know about Chicago food and Chicago pizza. Talk
Okay,
to me.
so yeah, I told y'all about how it went all around the world, and Chicago is still the best when it comes to the food. It's like, hey, the Chicago food, it makes you happy. We have such we might not have many diverse communities. Like I said, it's a big segregated city, but we
Right.
got a lot of diversity when it comes to cuisines. One of my favorite restaurants right now is a place called Abba. It's a Mediterranean restaurant, and they got this, what is it? The shortbread hummus pita on a the short rib hummus.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. That's a big one. And then we have our Chicago street food that my cousins from St. Louis, they love, which is the big Italian beefs,
Mm-hmm.
dipped with hot peppers and cheese. I got a cousin. She come all the way up here to drive 4 hours just for a beef sandwich, And then, and then Chicago is big for pizza. We got the home of the deep dish pizza,
Mm.
and that's a big thing too. A lot of people love. I'm on the super veggie kick right now. I kind of like the super veggie deep dish more than I did do the meat, the one with the
Yes.
meat.
Come
So
on. Yes.
yeah, that's a hit. And then we got some big 5-star world class restaurants too. So
Okay.
we got the big steakhouses. We got Gibson's. Stevie Wonder was there. He liked to frequent Gibson's. And they got big dessert platters. Oh my God, they have these desserts that are just humongous. Like, it's like, what are we gonna do? Like 5, 6 people will take down a slice of cake. That's how big that's how big the desserts are. And what else? What's your favorite Chicago food? You've
I
been to
don't.
Chicago.
You know what? I don't know, but you talking honestly. I'm gonna come to Chicago to see you. I am coming. I'm coming,
Okay,
and we're
okay,
gonna
we ready
go
for you.
to. I got a restaurant that I want to go to. A friend of mine, Kellen, he works at a very nice upscale restaurant, and I want to go there. I'm gonna look at the menu, and we'll go visit Kellen. I'm gonna come to Chicago and see you. You know,
Okay,
and we gonna be great.
okay, let's toast it up. Cheers. Okay.
Hey, somebody got to do it.
Yeah, we got to do it. We got to do it for the city too.
You got to do it for the people, man.
Okay,
We gonna make some shake, man. Let me tell you, Chris. It has been a pleasure speaking to you.
Oh
I
yeah,
thank
likewise.
you. I
Likewise.
thank you for speaking with the Angels Online. I thank you for telling us your story. I thank you for telling us about your upbringing. Thank you for giving us information about the city of Chicago.
Yes.
Chi-Town.
Chi-Town. Windy City.
There it is. The wind blowing.
Chicago win to Chicago win. Low like Chicago win.
Man, so one last question, Chris. Do you feel like you'll ever be able to see again? What did the doctor say you'll be able to see again?
Yes. So the answer is yes. It's
Okay.
just a matter of time. Trust in the process. My right eye was enucleated, so I don't have a right eye, but I still have my left eye.
Okay.
And I I've heard some stories about people seeing through their, prosthetic eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I know that it's just a matter of time before I'm able to see again, and God, God willing, and a lot of technology and advancements that's happening. So it's just a matter of time and trusting the process and learning and educating myself to live this way through this experience. And that's one of the things that I pride, just learning new things. The education piece that I'm learning how to operate in the dark pretty much. Because one thing I will share before we go is that I don't know if you ever heard of Louis Braille, right? Anybody?
I didn't know if I heard of. Say that again.
Louis Braille?
No.
Okay, so Louis Braille, let me educate y'all real quick. So Louis Braille is the one that made Braille. So how blind people read is through Braille. So if you ever was saw a sign on a room or the numbers on the elevator and you saw those little dots under it, you ever saw those little dots under the numbers?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that's Braille. And it was
yeah.
invented by Louis Braille. And it started because in France, the army, they was having a war or whatever, and the France army, when they would cut on the light to try to see the game plan or whatever for their war,
Mm-hmm.
or the instructions from the general on how they was going to attack, they would become vulnerable to attack because of the light, and they would the opposing army would throw missiles at the lights that they would see, because that's how you at night you turn on the light and they could see exactly where you at, right? So one of the inventions that came from that was Braille. It's a code. They use it as a code so that they can read in the dark without having to turn on the light, and that's how Braille came about, and that was in the 1600s, 18 to 1600s, one of those two, and that's what I'm learning right now. I'm learning
Good.
How to operate in the dark and read and write Braille, and a lot of different computer programs. You would think
Mm-hmm.
blind people don't know how to use computers, but some blind people are computer programmers and they learn how to use computers better than us, due to like JAWS program and screen readers and all of those different things. A host of different accessible technologies and features are available, and I'm learning that right now, and that's what I'm in school for. So
Yeah.
that's something that experience is always the best teacher, and that's something that that's a teacher that no one can ever take from you. And that's what all the angels online and everyone should know, that education is key and it's important, and keep learning.
Man. Chris, I want to say I thank you, man. I thank you again. But before you leave, man, you got to give me a good people.
Okay, good people. What's
Oh
going
man,
on?
let me help. I'm gonna say it for you, man. Good people. Y'all, this episode is sponsored.
Good people.
Okay, say it one more time, man.
Good people.
Come on, you know what to say.
Come on, good people. We getting the angels online. We got this going on. We better get online. Stay tuned and learn something. Learn something. Live something. Eat a chicken rib.
Yes.
Okay.
Man, that's Chris out of Chicago, y'all. Giving us his story, giving y'all some information. This episode is sponsored by Lizette Couch, y'all, a.k.a. my mother. Y'all be great. Shout out, he said it. That's her nickname. Say it again, sir.
Shout out to Lizzie.
All right, y'all. Stay tuned.
Alrighty.
Chris, thank you so much. I appreciate you. We out of here. I'm going to call you on my cell phone. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Angels Online, Voice of the Unheard. Please stay tuned for the next episode next Wednesday, each and every Wednesday, and hopefully we motivate, influence, and inspire you. You are someone's angel. Remember, all voices matter. Peace and love from the Angels Online, Voice of the Unheard.